I think 2020, which pointed out, much like oil companies knew about climate change, I think in the 70s, and put huge efforts towards suppressing that information and then denying it. They did exactly the same thing with recycling. They knew it would never be feasible because it's too complicated. There's too much of it now. And it's also not financially viable because it's light years cheaper to just use the virgin stuff. So why would anybody use recycled plastic, right? Recycling is not going to be the solution. It is part of the solution, and I'm not telling people not to recycle, but the solution is to stop using single-use plastic. Plastic itself is fine, stuff that you reuse. It's revolutionized life as we know it, but single-use plastic is ridiculous. It's the most stupid waste of resources. And single-use glass is infinitely worse than single-use plastic, which is not something people
Hang on. Sorry, you just said glass is worse than plastic.
Yeah.
How is glass worse than plastic? Because glass is sort of promoted as the more natural and recyclable product.
Yeah, everybody looks at the end of life. They think about only what happens to it when you finish your drink or whatever. They don't think about all of the stuff that is in the lead up to it ending up in your hand, right? So glass score, if you look at LCA's life cycle analyses, glass scores way higher on things like global warming potential, acidification potential, human and aquatic toxicity. It goes on, and it is the difference between one plastic bottle and one glass bottle is significant if it's used once. Now, the argument, a lot of people will say, oh, yeah, but glass bottles are used more than once. No, they're just not, because you're arguing with people's behavior, and human behavior is complicated and hard to change.
Yes.
Most drink bottles, whether they're glass or plastic, are used once.
The NBR podcast is available now wherever you get your podcasts, or for early access, go to nbr.co.nz.